Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to a new video of my series, Love in Films. Today's video is in collaboration with the wonderful Adele from Roll Credits. We decided there are a lot of things that we have learned from love in movies. Some good lessons, some that are terribly cliches and cannot be applied. Now, Adele has gone more on the side of the cliche love lessons that we have learned in movies, but since I did a video very recently about cliches, I'm going to be doing the more mushy stuff and tell you the love lessons that I have applied to my life or that I have really learned from movies and some of my favorite couples in movies as well. If you want to check Adele's video, I'll leave the information in the info box down below. You can go and subscribe to her. She's absolutely fantastic. Her videos have so much creativity and depth and thought and analysis about movies, so definitely go check her out. I recommend her highly and I am sure you will love her. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk to you about the love lessons I have learned in some of my favorite movies. From the movie 500 Days of Summer, I have learned that when someone shows you who they are, you should believe them. This happens between the character of Summer, played by Zooey Deschanel, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He wants her to be so much that amazing love that he has been waiting for, and from the get-go she tells him that she's not looking for anything serious, and she's not necessarily a big believer of committed relationships or this whole idea of love. She was very clear from the beginning, but that doesn't stop him from creating all of these illusions in his head and imagining them having this wonderful romantic life together. And this is something I think I'm guilty of, a lot of people have been guilty of, that they have shown you their true colors, they're telling you what they want, but part of you wants to believe that that will change in some time, that you can convince them, that you can fix them. And 500 Days of Summer tells us that that is not true, that you should not waste your energy on that, and definitely focus on the reality of the person you're with and not the expectations you have for them or the person that they will become. My second love lesson is from the movie What Love Is, and it taught me that you love a person for who they are. You don't love them for the function that they have in your life or how their presence benefits you. The whole point is that you will cherish and admire and honor and love that person whether they're with you or not, whether they share their life with you or not. And I think that was a wonderful lesson in a movie that's actually very chaotic and funny, and I didn't expect it was going to take that turn. From the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of my favorites, I learned that everyone you will love will definitely have flaws and they will not be perfect. So if you've seen the movie, you know Joel and Clementine erase each other from their memories because they don't want to remember that relationship at all. But as Joel is erasing Clementine from his memory, he realizes there was a lot of good in that relationship and there were things that he could have done better. And maybe he just didn't fight hard enough for it. And sometimes you have to understand that there are flaws, there's always going to be some imperfections, but if you think the relationship is worth fighting for, if you think the love is real, you should definitely do your best to not just wipe it clean from your memory. Lesson number 4 I learned from the movie Addams Family, which is funny, I think. But I think nobody can deny that Morticia and Gomez are easily one of the best couples in movie history. And the lesson I learned is that you should be with someone who is madly and passionately in love with you. I'm not saying this is how it's gonna be your entire life. I think a lot of people want to emphasize that love is not rainbows and, you know, chocolates and butterflies and everything wonderful in life. But I think if from the beginning you don't have someone who finds you incredibly fascinating and vice versa, then what are you doing, you know? If you don't have that spark, there's nothing to work with. But if you've had that spark, you can always reignite it, you can always find incredibly fun stuff to get it going again. From the movie Before Sunset, again, one of my favorite romantic movies ever, I learned that you need to be with someone who you can just talk to about anything. The movie is basically an entire uninterrupted conversation between these two characters who used to have this romantic date together, and 10 years later they meet and they kind of want to find out if there's still something there between them. But it's so clear from the moment they meet, they have so much to talk about, they share so many different opinions, and there's so much wonder and curiosity between them, and they share that so perfectly in conversation. And I think if you don't have that, if you don't have someone you can honestly talk to about your fears, about your dreams, about all the stupid things you think about, and have that person listen without judgment and actually contribute, I think that's really what matters. My sixth love lesson, I learned it from Lost in Translation. And what I learned is that love is not necessarily a very long till the end of time story. You can have little moments of love throughout your life that you will cherish, and it doesn't mean that they were any less. It doesn't mean that it was just a moment of infatuation. I think we get too caught up on compatibility. Are our lifestyles, you know, compatible? Do we like the same things? Do we have the same goals? Are we capable of living together without killing each other? Are we of a similar age, of a similar background? We're looking for this compatibility so things are not too crazy in the long run and things can last. but sometimes it's not necessarily about that. Sometimes it's just about two souls connecting and finding each other, and everything else just kind of goes away for that time. It just doesn't exist, it won't affect you, but you know eventually you have to carry on with your life because this is not the person, but that doesn't mean you love them any less. My seventh and final lesson for this video comes from the movie Spanglish. And the lesson is that you can love somebody, but it's not some crazy, euphoric thing you can't control. It is still a choice. It is still a choice you make to act upon it, to be with that person, to start something with that person. So you can love someone, but you need to understand that you have responsibilities. I think movies in particular love to make love seem like this hurricane that takes over, and that's the thrill of it. Being in love is being out of control. That's how they portray it. And I think one of the most beautiful and realist lessons about love is that it's something that you decide constantly. If you're married, you decide every day that you're gonna honor and be with this person. If you love someone and they're not right for you, or vice versa, you honor that by admitting that you are in love with them, that you care for them, but my love will be shown to you because I decide not to be selfish. I decide that your life is better without me, or choosing to be together might hurt other people that we love, and we're not going to do that. It sounds boring, but I think in the end those are kind of like the real substantial ones that you can get from movies like these. So guys, those are my 7 love lessons that I've learned from movies. Let me know which ones you have learned and have really, like stuck with you throughout your life. Don't forget to go check out Adelle's video. I'll leave the link down below. As I said, she's absolutely fantastic, super creative. Ooh, and I love her foreign movie Fridays. Really great, you'll learn so much. Go and check her out. But in the meantime, guys, I'm going to wish you a very happy Valentine's Day, whether you are with someone or with friends or alone. Just do something that makes you feel happy and makes you feel loved. Even if it's by yourself, just go buy chocolates or make brownies and watch movies. I mean, that sounds pretty freaking good to me right about now. So have a great week, have a happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you on our next video of Love in Films. Bye!